So Everborn Saga, I don't know what, has actually affected him. But bro, you are memeing hard, and there's a lot of truth to this meme. The Xbox Ally X may not be able to play Xbox console games natively. Well, it can play Xbox console games. I understand what you're saying, and then you said this. But you know what it can play natively? Oh man. You all are wilding, man. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And the important thing here. The important thing here is it goes to show that after all the noise and all is said and done, everybody will give PlayStation concession at the end of the day. The exclusivity paradigm gig is up. I saw this screenshot, it's a clipped screenshot from Colt Eastwood from Icon Era. Now, yes, I may go ahead and verify because you don't want him to say, oh, I didn't post it. And he said, PlayStation fanboys upset at a third-party multi-platform strategy should be celebrating games instead of crying about losing exclusivity. When Xbox announced their games were going to PC, I celebrated it as should everyone else because this would benefit gamers and still give you games on console. Hey, I celebrated it. People, were getting after me saying, oh, VG, you're a PC gamer, so you don't care. And I was like, well, that side's a little true, but there's a bigger picture here about who or doesn't care. That Xbox can leverage all that money and keep its studios open and make more games. Many of you are seeing it now with the Forza Horizon game, right? You're happy, you're liking it, aren't you? Because you're going to get Forza 6, which apparently its image just leaked about it being set in Japan, reportedly, right? Am I right? Had it not made money on PC all these years, as well as Xbox, as well as other media, right? Do you think that they would have invested in another Forza game immediately? Aha. So please, that multi-platform strategy, you knew that it was sound. Apparently, it's a real post. This is put here by Puff. Apparently, this Puff, from what you told me in the comment section, is an ardent, staunch supporter of the PlayStation. And so they put a thing of Lost Soul aside, the PC features trailer, which we would watch here in a second. And this was, when did they make this post? This post was yesterday at 1600 hours, 4 p.m. Almost looked like it was scheduled, maybe. Sony keeps proving where their priorities lie, hyping up PC players on the PlayStation channel instead of respecting the fans who actually keep PlayStation alive. Hey, Puff, let me go ahead and just, say this. That's not who keeps PlayStation alive. Let me go ahead and tell you why. Within 3 years, okay? Within 3 years, right, of Call of Duty operating on PlayStation, Sony made over $12 billion through PSN in 2019. It's the second biggest year of revenue. This is a story on PlayStationLifestyle.net. This stuff, written by Chandler Wood, came out during the CMA Inquisition and all that stuff. We started seeing some data sets. Actually, more of it came out. But in 2020, when we didn't really know any better, right? People were talking about the revenue. But then when the CMA got petitions to review the acquisition, we found out that there were 1 million gamers on PlayStation who only played Call of Duty 100% of the time. Then there was another backup, because it was poorly redacted, that there were about 6 million gamers who spend 70% of their time only playing Call of Duty. If you think, and this is exactly why I have to say this, that it's the PlayStation fans on Icon Era Twitter that are the ardent fans that like exclusive single-player games that actually keep PlayStation alive, you're lying. Or, and I don't want to call you a liar, you just don't know that the data does not support that. It's a very simple equation. Check this out. Through the PlayStation Network, including digital games, DLC subscription services, Sony made over $12 billion in 2019. After Sony today released its Q3 fiscal year 2019 financial report covering the final 3 months of 2019 calendar year, sleuths at Reset Era did some math to determine the year's totals of 2019. Total, Sony brought in $12 billion through PSN. $9.2 billion of that can be attributed to purchases through the PS Store, including games, DLCs, and other media. $3.2 billion came from PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now subscriptions. In 2019, which live service game was a PlayStation live service game that was successful to make people go subscribe for PlayStation Plus? FIFA, not a PlayStation game. Fortnite doesn't need a PlayStation, subscription. We understand. 2K, GTA Online, This was the second biggest year for PSN revenue, falling just slightly of 2018's. While PS Store purchases were down, over the previous year, revenue from the subscriptions was up. Sony's biggest year of subscription, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. Game Pass beat them in this area without having the same number of consoles. That's kind of what made them go ahead and say, man, you can do it without the consoles. Right? I'll keep reading. A PS5 Pro features trailer should have been the bare minimum. We didn't spend $700 on this console just to watch PC players get the spotlight. No, it's not that. It's just there's a significant revenue stream that PlayStation needs to pursue. If it doesn't pursue that revenue stream, y'all are going to run them into the ground with their single-player efforts. Okay? Call it the China Hero Project, call it whatever the heck it is you want to call it. If y'all don't buy, PlayStation's ROI is in jeopardy. So for those people that keep saying, oh, well, this is a China Hero Project game, so it makes sense that it can go. No. Every game makes sense that they can sell more copies. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's no exemption. Oh, well, this game is not allowed to sell more copies. No. You can't do that. You know what I mean? And create a sustainable business out of it. So this game's got to sell one way or the other, and that's why it's going to launch on PC, because they can't sell this game successfully, or I guess they don't think that it's prudent for them to try to sell this game to the Call of Duty, FIFA sniffing, 2K spending, Fortnite loving, GTA time sucking PlayStation audience. That's just simply the explanation. It's Occam's razor. The simplest, explanation is the most likely explanation. It's the same reason I can scroll down on Steam any given day, and there will be a huge catalog of these so-called PlayStation exclusives sitting right there. Response number 1. Wow, there's infighting in the PlayStation land. Well, your first mistake was spending $700 for a scam console when the base PS5 is perfectly great. Whoops. Interesting stuff. Another quality thread. Just whining about anything at any opportunity, this person said. I think they're referring to the fact that the PS5 Pro features are mentioned in the trailer, and let's be honest, most people aren't going to read the blog post. Also, yes, things like ray tracing are in the PS5 Pro version too, but the trailer explicitly mentions PC. Guys, this trailer was not for you. This trailer was for the other paying audience, or the paying audience, depending on the game. Helldivers 2, they're the paying audience. You guys on PlayStation are the other paying audience, right? It be like that sometimes. It could be that the PlayStation, user community, in this case, are going to be the paying audience, and the PC is going to be the other paying audience, right? Like Black Myth Wukong. PlayStation was the other paying audience, but then it didn't really pay that much. Then PC was the paying audience, right? I mean, these are the reality pieces of our time. Accept them. Sitting in these bubbles and these blogs have not been really helpful for people to properly analyze the gaming industry. I don't know why, nor do I know how. A lot of these folk have basically thought it that their own, that living in their own little bubble was the way to go. It just doesn't make any sense for me. Like, the data and everything is like right here in front of us. For anybody to think that the audience keeping PlayStation alive is the one that's, complaining about a single player game, while PlayStation claimed, right, that the group of gamers who play a bunch of Call of Duty between 2019 and 2021 spent approximately $15 billion on PlayStation hardware, accessories, games, and services. Huh? 15 bill. You break it down, that's like $5 billion a year as a result of one game and the exponential spending that goes on from it. Which single-player game or exclusive wants to touch that kind of spending? Comment section. Thanks for watching. Peace out.